Hey everyone, it is Fitz with yet another daily delivery from Colorado, and this one is the third in my series called Reaching the Summit for K-State Athletics, and today I'm going to make some people angry. How can K-State improve itself? By adding sports, and in turn probably, because of budget, deleting sports, so that they might be more competitive in sports where more Kansans typically play them, where you have a recruiting base. First of all, I want to say that I don't particularly fully endorse these ideas. I'm just going to put it out on the table for discussion. First of all, we've all become very aware of the fact that Kansas State baseball has a lot of problems competing in the Big 12 or nationally because it's a little bit too far north. You go one state south and the weather is just enough better for players to be outside more often and train and practice. It's not really true at Kansas State. Kansas State has had its moments in baseball. They have made the College World Series in terms of the playoffs, gotten to regionals, but they really have never been consistently competitive. And maybe they can improve, but they will never be a national power in baseball simply because of the weather, and that is indeed snow behind me. And that's why I bring this up, because I just feel like Kansas State baseball is trying to compete with a limitation it can never overcome. So that's why I would controversially delete baseball in this plan. I'd also delete women's tennis, a program that just doesn't make sense to me. And I know it has some boosters, but all of the recruits seem to be primarily from overseas. It just seems like a low-cost sport just to fill a slot for K-State athletics. You've got to have 14 sports, 7 on each side of men's and women's, and it just doesn't make sense to me that we're using one for tennis. Honestly, a sport will never be good in because it just don't have the resources to do it. I'd add softball. Softball on the women's side and wrestling on the men's side. Both sports that are very prevalent in the high school level in Kansas. A lot of great softball players come out of Kansas, but a lot of great wrestlers. Stock those programs that compete for national titles in areas nearby. It'd be much easier to recruit talent for baseball than baseball and women's tennis for softball and wrestling. Now, the baseball stadium's beautiful. Move in the walls, create more space behind the walls, make it a softball facility. That is an incredible softball facility. And beyond the walls, connected or next to the new volleyball center, training center, is your wrestling training center. All there with the Olympic sports tied together. That's the idea. Not sure if I'm all in on it, but it's worth a discussion.